T-Fit here with Fit Billy TV. People, did you know that an apple a day will keep the doctor away? That is still a true statement. And which apple's better? Green ones or red ones? I'll let you guys figure that one out. We're going to talk a little bit about sustaining and building a business and being around for the long haul by being realistic. Business is not something that we make up. Business is something you do, and you do it right. When you do right by the business, and in this case, the dog, guess what? Business takes care of itself. Stay tuned. I'm going to show you something, teach you something, and better you in whatever way that I think you can be better. But please do listen. Don't just hear what this. Listen, pay attention, and write something out. Hopefully it helps. So you see this pyramid here, people? See that pyramid? I'm going to make sure that I have this kind of upside down. When you get dog one, and this question, here's the question. Question is how long does it take to be successful in the dog space? And let me be very clear. Success to me, success to Chris Morris, success to Ruben, success to a lot of the people that I am associated with is creating an amazing dog. Max Trans, guess what? He's had dogs that have qualified and been considered at the Westminster that became Cane Corsos, for those who wanted to say said correctly. So what is success in the dog world? Well, social media has you fooled. Under the belief system that, hey, everybody gonna get rich, everybody getting some money. There's some money to be gotten, but COVID money is gone. So let's talk a little bit about how we manage our emotions and be successful long term by creating the dog. When we first start, we have dog one. In this case, my dog one was Zara. Now Zara, over 4 years, she did 3 litters for me. How much money you think I made on these litters? Nothing. Her first litter, guess what? I don't put her back in activity. Her first litter, I have $5K left over. Okay? Guess what? She tore her leg. You know what a TPLO surgery costs? $5K. I gave the kennel partners, what, $6,000? So I gave them 6, had 5, put 5 right back into her leg, then had to wait longer because now she came back in the heat like clockwork, and I repeat, she couldn't be bred. I was like, I ain't about to be sitting up at no doctor with no dog limping, can't put no birth and she's pregnant. That's some dumb ignorant stuff. There's no rush. So let's say I waited a year and a half. At a year and a half, I got Ego. Then she don't have another litter for another year. So the 6 month came, no litter. Next 6 months came, she was healed and she had a litter, and it was Bam Bam and Cha Cha now, and they about to be 10 months old. But I had to pour into make him great. Make him great. So right off top, first litter, no money. Second litter, we had to deal with the kinks and the problem. When I say kinks, I'm talking kinks. And we still dealing with some of it. Not as exciting because I knew what we were going to be dealing with, what we were up against. So you still take kind of a loss because you're still trying to get the right dogs. So now we're on dog. We got dog 1 from Zara, Ego. Now we've got dog 2 and 3, Bam Bam and Cha Cha. Let me be very clear in saying this. Bam Bam might not work out. He might not be it. You are not him. I'm tripping. I can't even spell. So we might put an emphasis on Cha Cha. We're at dog 2 and 3. Now when we get to dog 4, which technically is Hera, but Hera, she won't even be bred for 4 years. There is no future with Hera right off top. But guess what we were able to get as well? Junior? Yeah, Junior. That's the dog where I believe there is potential opportunity, not just because he looks like Ego, but because under Jamarcus's direction, care, and love, he'll turn out okay. And in this time, mind you, we've got more dogs because we did a Maya breeding, and dogs 2 and 3 also become Nala and Flex. Well, in this case, Nala's our premier. So now we've got 2 more dogs, and we got 1 dog that made it out of that one. And everybody is alive, to be clear. We're talking about ones that we're going to be on a reasonable doubt use to better our program. Now we're getting closer to dog 4, which again is Hera. Technically here, I could raise the price by 20% and go from literally saying our foundation price on all of our pet homes are $5,000. And if you want to breed, boy or girl, boys become $6K, girls become $7K. I could go up by 20% just on the brand alone, but I'm still not happy about the dogs. And because goal is to get to dog number 9, the one that I believe is going to help us just be the dog that I need to really get some stuff going as far as my vision is concerned, I'll do a 20% increase at dog 6 and maybe even 7. But just like you go to work and every 6 months they're supposed to evaluate you and give you a raise, every time you create a new dog that's better in your program, to be clear, not your pocket, your program, you can raise your price by 20%. But you don't raise your price until you get to at least dog 4. How long does it take to get to dog 4? That long? I had to wait 2 years to get to Zara. Realistically, Zara, we did her on her 1.5 year mark. She got to her 3rd heat, super healthy. And then she ended up getting hurt. So you go, maybe you should have just waited to 2 years. And her hurt, we were just walking out the park. I was like, I like to get them back out. I know that there's laxicity in the joints. Guess what? We were walking at Arbor Hill on the concrete and she started limping. And then it kept getting worse. And it went from her needing an evening to recover to a damn day. And then it just kept getting worse and worse. So I was like, uh-oh, we have a problem here. Now, because of Chris Moore, we was able to prevent the other leg from snap, crackling, and popping, to be clear. And we might talk about that in another episode, some things you can do if your dog's limping. But if something's torn, aka CCL's torn, you gotta deal with that. You gotta eat that cost. But for 4 years, just to get, look, Ego had to turn a year. Baby Muchacha only 10 months old. Nala will be 2 in January. No dog moving forward, and I already knew this in general, will be bred before 2, if not 3 or 4. Zara, again, super healthy. She showed the signs of a great mother. It's okay to breed at the 3rd heat, but I normally, personally, I've always waited 2 years. But I know that I know I got 10, 20 years of work. So I'm like, I'm not gonna speed it up, but I need to get to the next dog. And the next dog, the dog that I actually need is Hera, to be clear. And guess what? She might have a left ventricle problem. Now, she don't seem to have no issues at all, if I'm being clear. She's a lunatic. But you just never know. Which then puts pressure back on us properly using Nala. And the beauty about Nala and the position she's in, we go, because she's healthy, to be clear, we go, that could be interesting to say the least. But then she, for me, should be done breeding next year. But now you might, if depending on what she does and how the pups come out, you go, we might have to do something in 2025 with her, or 2024. And she still only be 4 years old. After 6 or 7, we're done breeding them. But point is when you're looking to raise your prices every 4 years, realistically, and after you get to your 4th dog, at dog 5, which still, again, these are all 2 and 3 years between these dogs, people, you go, 20%, 20%, 30%, 40%. And then you can raise, by the time you get to 10, 50%, which means your prices can get to that 8 to 10K mark. If you're breeding bullies, to be clear. I don't know what other people are breeding. But if you're breeding bullies, you can get to that 8 to 10 mark. And then from there, you can hone in on your product and become so exclusive that the prices double by 50 more %. So when we get to dog 12 and 13, Now the prices go up by 100%. Yeah, that'd be nice, right? But that's 10 years of work. 10 years to get to a 50%, if not 100% increase in what some would consider a very profitable business. I get the phone calls, I get the messages of people that are dealing with all the problems. Why? Because people try to rush the process. If we don't work through the challenges that exist with the American bully, we will continue to have nothing but problems. Therefore, in our case, we're going to pace ourselves, learn as much as we can, teach as much as we can, better our dogs, better the breed, build the breed that we're interested in, teach you guys about nutrition, trainings, and all that other stuff that goes with it. And we're going to keep it, as they say, real. So you young people say 100, as they say. And 100% of the time, all these things took place, and I'm not even close to here. And for every dog that you see mapped out, that's a year to 2. 1 to 2 years bare minimum. The boy semen's the strongest at 3 years. You can pull and do some stuff right at about a year legally. When I say legally, meaning the registrations will let you utilize a male as early as 7 months in most cases, but you want him at least to be a year so you could say, I like what I'm seeing. If we had Restron, who's just now coming into his own, I wouldn't have saw what I needed to see, and I would have doubled down on all the work that I wanted. It just been too much work. So now, because we're going the long way, the long road, we're taking the long road so we can get it closer to right every time. We've got 10 years of work to get 1 dog we need, if not 2 dogs we need, just so we can start getting it right. Stay tuned, take care of your dogs, people. Hopefully this helps. If you have questions, please do comment below. Jamarcus will inform me about the things that you guys want to know more about. Let me know if this makes sense. It made sense to me when I wrote it out. And feel free to utilize this perspective when looking at it from a business standpoint. But the business, at the end of the day, is dogs. So the goal is to get to the best dog I can create. And that dog, he could change the world. Thanks for watching.